In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only the munchies? Wait, is the Hive Mind in the K-hole? They came to devour the stars, but today, they're just vibing. What's up, everyone? It's your favorite falling cow, back with another Warhammer video. Today, guys, is a sacred day. Not for the Imperium, or Chaos, or anyone else, but for you, me, and every other heretic lighting up glow sticks in the Underhive. It's 420. To celebrate, we're diving into one of the dumbest, but somehow most compelling questions I've ever asked myself before. What would happen if the Tyranid hive mind got high? How would the galaxy's most terrifying collective consciousness react if someone slipped in a psychic space edible? Would it still want to eat everything? Would it mellow out and start appreciating the fine wonders of art? Or would it order 80,000 bulk rations at McDonald's and forget why? So light up, grab a snack, and let's find out. So before we light up this theory, let's set the groundwork. The Tyranids are the ultimate apex predators in Warhammer 40K. They don't come from the Milky Way though. They come from beyond it. Outside the galaxy, beyond the void, from the darkest reaches of space, where even the Chaos Gods get nervous. Ooh, so spooky. They aren't just one species though. They're a fully biological ecosystem of fucking weapons. There's the Carnifexes, the Lictors, the Trigons, Hive Tyrants, you name it. The Nids have evolved to kill and eat everything in its path. But here's the thing, they're not just space bugs on autopilot, they're all connected. All Tyranid organisms are psychically linked through what's called the Hive Mind. Think of it like a galactic Wi-Fi system where the router is a sentient being that wants to eat your house. So what is the Hive Mind? The Hive Mind is a psychic intelligence. It doesn't reside in one place, it's the sum total of all Tyranid consciousness acting in harmony. The more Tyranids there are, the stronger it becomes. It's like if Reddit, Twitter, and Discord fused into one being, but instead of being annoying, it became a perfect machine for biological annihilation. Its presence is so massive that it creates a shadow in the warp, a blanket of psychic noise that completely shuts down warp travel and communication wherever the Tyranids go. It drives Psychers insane, cuts off help from the Imperium, and makes the arrival of the Tyranid Hive Fleet feel like the galaxy itself is holding its breath. But here's the kicker. The Hive Mind thinks, it plans, it adapts, and it learns. This isn't some unthinking tide of locusts, it's a cold, calculating god brain. A sentient, predatory ecosystem that treats planets the way we treat snack bags. To understand how the Hive Mind might get high, we first have to see if it's ever been influenced before. And spoiler, yes, barely, but still yes. The Hive Mind is distinctly non-warp in nature. It has psychic powers, but it doesn't play by the rules of chaos. Still, chaos has interfered. In the Leviathan campaign, demonic activity and warp storms were still seen affecting Tyranid hive fleets. Though they weren't fully corrupted, their behavior changed, sometimes delaying or diverting attacks. To add to this, when the Great Rift and Imperium Nihilus opened up, the Hive Mind was briefly disrupted as all the Tyranids galaxy-wide lost their connection to the Hive Mind. This caused trillions of Tyranids to go feral before the Hive Mind could reestablish itself. This plot armor bullshit pretty much saved the Blood Angels of Baal, but we're not talking about silly plot armor. Fuck you, Games Workshop, you piece of shit. Next, we have the Gene Stealers and Brood Lords. These guys infiltrate planets, psychic bond with hosts, and basically plant hive mind signal boosters. But what if that same signal got hijacked or misdirected? Could you hack the hive mind through Gene Stealer cults? Interesting. And finally, we have the Eldar and Necrons influence. Both of these races have tech capable of interfering with the warp and other psychic systems. If anyone could accidentally spike the Hive Mind's vibes, it could be these two. A specific occurrence of this is when the Eldar Prince Uriel's Spear of Twilight, one of the ancient crone swords from Eldar legend, managed to slurp up some of the Hive Mind's soul. But to be honest, it didn't do much outside of making the Hive Mind incredibly pissed the fuck off. So while it's almost impossible to corrupt or directly mind control the Hive Mind, subtle outside influences have definitely nudged it before. Okay, here's where we embrace the warp-fueled absurdity. I'm gonna sound like a complete retard here, so bear with me. Let's imagine a few scenarios where this psychic titan could find itself in a higher state of mind. First up, warp contamination. A Tyranid splinter fleet drifts a little too close to the Eye of Terror, maybe gobbles up a demon world or something, or perhaps slurps down a whole buffet of corrupted biomatter from a Slaaneshi pleasure planet. Gross as fuck. Whatever the source, the Hive Mind psychic receptors get absolutely blitzed with raw chaos energy. Suddenly, evolution makes no sense. Tyranids are sprouting kaleidoscope eyes and shimmering like disco balls. A Hive Tyrant ditches the chain of command to start a drum circle, Zonothropes hum Gregorian chants into the void, and the whole Tyranid Hive fleet starts to party like it's 1999. Somewhere, a demon prince high-fives himself. Next, we've got the Eldar prank gone horribly wrong. The Harlequins, being ancient murder clowns with a flair for cosmic shitposting and spinning in circles like he's Anakin Skywalker, decide to pull a fast one on the Tyranids. They sneak a psychoactive neurotoxin into the spore sac of a gene stealer cult. Just a little sprinkle of intergalactic LSD. As the cultists unknowingly channeled the altered signals up to the Big Daddy Hive Mind, it catches a secondhand high. Suddenly, it's trying to understand art, tactical invasion maps turn into minimalist gallery installations, Hive Mind guards sculpt abstract busts of the Emperor from bone to dick. This isn't consumption, the Hive Mind insists it's just expression. And honestly, the critics are kinda impressed. Then there's the Tau Chem Warfare backfire. The ever-clever Tau design a cutting-edge neurochemical meant to short-circuit the Hive Mind. Unfortunately, what they actually create is the cyclic equivalent of Molly. The Tyranids overdose on false euphoria, and now the Hive Mind is rolling harder than a Slaaneshi rave god. They're laying down to stargaze, offering hugs instead of hammer fists, and discovering sand art and spending 3 days crafting circles. Plans for planetary conquest are replaced by deep psychological debates and the constant phrase, "I love you, bro, so much." Finally, we have the Ork approach. Because of course we do, guys, come on.
What?
An Ork medic, probably named something like Megaboss Kamanas, I'm gonna stick my finger in your butt, builds a massive spore cannon that unleashes clouds of psychedelic shroom gas into the Tyranid's infested atmosphere. Tyranid spores soak it all up like spongy stoners, and suddenly the Hive Mind is tripping absolute balls. Evolution kicks into overdrive, but not in the good way. The Tyranids start emitting harmless rainbow bubbles, launching confetti spores that honk on impact, and hive ships begin to reconfigure themselves into the shape of a flying peace sign. For the first time in the galaxy, everyone's just chillin'. So with all those hypotheticals said, what if they actually worked? What if the Hive Mind got high, like comically high? Here's what we could see. Tactical breakdown. Without its terrifying focus, Tyranid invasions become unpredictable, sporadic, or just stop entirely. Planets would be left half consumed, as the Hive Mind forgets what it's doing halfway through its lunch, as any other stoner would. Evolution could go wild. Normally, Tyranids evolve with purpose, but a baked Hive Mind? It starts generating dumbass shit. A lictor with 6 arms that's just juggling, and a Hive Tyrant that wants to play the kazoo. It just could go crazy. Thirdly, there could be a communication lag. The Hive Mind might get a little foggy. Smaller organisms wouldn't receive clear orders, and Gaunts start forming interpretive dance mobs instead of battle lines. And finally, Warhammer would have a chill ending possibly. This might actually be a good thing for the galaxy if the hive mind was tripping balls. A high hive mind stops being genocidal. It just wants the vibe. No more eating planets, just admiring them. So what did we learn today, guys? That the hive mind, the galaxy's most horrifying intelligence, probably can't get high, but if it did, it might just become the galaxy's most powerful stoner. From orc pranks to Tau chemical mishaps to Solneshi spice, there are dozens of absurd ways this could play out. But in every scenario, the same truth remains. Even in the grim dark of the far future, sometimes you just gotta chill the fuck out and smoke some weed. Happy 420 heretics, stay milked, stay mellow. I'll see you in the next video.